on this computer, and then I can share it in the group for everybody. So welcome everybody. I'm going to try and keep this really tight to the 30 minutes. I don't know if you're still doing the tapping, but I'd like to be outside for the
It's
cracking.
the last one tonight, isn't it?
I think it's
Yeah,
the
I
last
think
one,
so.
isn't it? Yeah. So got to go out and support them. So there's a couple of things I really wanted to go over with you all. So we're coming to the month end, and some of us haven't got as close to our goals or whatever as we might do. But the thing I want to say to you is to keep going till absolutely the month end, because whatever work you do in the next 2 days will show up in your business in June. So don't just come to a halt. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, keep going until the last hour of the 31st when it closes off at 10. And that even if it doesn't show up then, it will show up in your business in June. So I think the most important thing about Arbonne is your daily habits. So if you think about what kind of discipline and consistency have you got every day, because that's the thing you can make a choice about, because we can't all be motivated all the time. And if you look at anyone who's successful in Arbonne, even they will tell you they're not motivated every day, all the time. But what they are is disciplined. So nobody got lucky in Arbonne. Nobody got to the top and got lucky or got their bonuses or whatever. So I think the most important thing is decide what your daily habits are going to be, own them, make a choice about them, because it's kind of what you think affects what you do. Therefore, I think it's really important to be doing the personal development. That is the one thing that differentiates the leaders in Arbonne from the people who don't make it in Arbonne or give up, whatever, is personal development. So there is a list of books that are recommended to read on Stuart's, on the Armfield Nation, and I think it's also on Elliott Nation, or if you need any help with that, let me know. And it's really important because although the business is straightforward in that we're sharing the business opportunity with prospects, and we're sharing the products with prospects, but it's the mindset that gives you the kind of resilience to keep going, because it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Lots of people say no to you. Sarah Dunning had 151 people say no to her before she got a yes, and she's now the top earner in Arbonne in the UK. So the thing is to decide on your daily habits, be consistent, be disciplined to do what all the reach outs, that you do every day, whatever you decide they're going to be for you, whether you're going to reach out to 2 people or 20 people, that will determine how fast your business goes. Because it is a numbers game in Arbonne. It's literally all about the kind of number of people you're speaking to, and it's all about volume. So basically, what you think affects what you do. So if I said to you, show me your habits, I would be able to show you then what your business looks like, because it's about what you think determines what you do, which determines how well you do, how successful you are. And there was a quote that I read recently, which I thought really resonated with me. And that is, you're not responsible for your first thought, but you are responsible for your second thought and your first action. And I think that just really resonated with me, because, our subconscious mind puts lots of stuff in our head. And you can take that thought and then you can say, well, actually, I'm choosing not to believe that thought. I'm actually going to have a better thought. I'm going to take one step towards a better thought. And the things that help you to do that are the personal development. So one of the books which I personally highly recommend is The Slight Edge. If you haven't read that yet, have a look at that. That's a great book to read. And you should all by now have read Eric Worre's Go Pro, because that's the one that will give you the belief in network marketing as an industry, because you need belief in network marketing, belief in Arbonne on the products, but more important than anything is belief in yourself. And that's often the toughest thing for all of us, which is why the personal development is so important. I swear by Miracle Morning, and there are about 3 or 4 Miracle Mornings you can choose from if you wish to join them at Arbonne. I'm doing the one at 7:15.
Could you send out the links and the times of all of those again? I don't know where to find it. I know I saw it in a group somewhere a while ago.
I will do. Let me just take a note of that as an action. Because I think there's one that starts at 6. Now, some of them have changed passwords, so I'll check tomorrow what all the new passwords and things are, but I will send that out to you. And then I think the other thing is about being all in. So about showing up, like this evening, to our team call, the Monday weekly whippings. Now, the Monday weekly whippings are usually taped. Then there's the Wednesday DA, which what Shan has decided to do is that there's a group of 4 of us that are going to alternate each week to do it. And that's for if there's anyone you're talking to about the business, or even anyone that's interested in the products, you can add them to that. And it just supports the other people who've brought visitors. So if you can make those, that's great. This Saturday, there's our global training from 1 to 5:30. Now, what we normally do in Arbonne is they would be face-to-face and they would be all day, probably up in Birmingham or in London. They tend to pick
sometimes, isn't it? Yeah,
a couple of times a year. Everyone that goes gets a free gift. I don't know what the free gift is this time, but because it's online, it's £30 and you can register for that on events. But it is phenomenal training because this one is global, which means you'll have the top leaders in Arbonne training you on mindset and on products. So if you haven't already booked for that, then I encourage you, if you're serious about your business, not to miss out on something like that. So that's on Saturday. And then, what was the last thing? Yes, I think I've said about the last 2 days of the month. Don't forget there's 20% off sale. So that makes that BioHydro range for PCs really cost effective. It's only £82 and you get 4 products that will last you for probably 4 months. So it's really good value. Normally they're worth £117. So have a look at that 20% offer because there's some really good bargains in that. And then the one thing I did want to show you, now I'm going to just share my screen. Share my screen, and I'm actually going to share the computer sound because there's a video I want to show you later. But for now, I'm just going to. So you're all from. Can everybody see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's Shan's Elliott Nation Dream Team. So I sent the link to this during this week. So if you go to, if you scroll down to, this is a video from Alice, who's put together the Inspiring Globals Nation website. Was our training site. However, it's now going to just become a site for prospects because of all the T's and C's. But what she's done is she's taken all the training elements and she's put them in this area here called units. So each of you need to go down and go through each of these because it shows you how to create your active candidate list. And when you click on this, okay, it shows you everything to do, and then you just click done, and then I can see that you've done it, and then you can go on to the next unit. And you can do this in your own time. And these are launches. Well, we're not doing them at the moment because we're not doing one-to-one launches, but you can do them online. But at least it tells you kind of what to do. And then there's one here about how to create your why, which I know we had some training on before, but Dawn, you wouldn't have been around when So I encourage you to please go through these units because they are for your benefit. They'll really help you. This is focus on inviting people how to take a look at the business, and it just gives you some guidelines on how you can do that and some example messages. So there's quite a lot of information in each of these. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to do them, but it will, it just, I think, will help you formulate how you're going to create your own approach. This is about, Arbonizing your home and so on. So there's maybe about a dozen units. It talks about social media, the times to post and so on. So I'm not going to go through all of that, but I encourage you to go and have a look at this. Take your time and go through it, click it when it's done, and then you can go back and refer to it whenever you need to. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. Does anybody have any questions or anything?
No, that looks good. It kind of gives you an idea of what you, it's good that there's like little actions and units, and no, it's great. So there's like a structure where, you know, because I was a bit like, oh, how, you know, what do I do? And so that's great. Like literally, it's perfect.
It's really taken it from, so Inspiring Nations now, which is, I'll just go back to Alice. I would first of all listen to what Alice explains why we've done what we've done.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that yesterday, which was good. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And then so this www.inspiringglobalnations.com is now what you can send to prospects. So if someone says, okay, I'm interested in the business, or you're saying, look, I'd love to share with you what I do, and they say, oh, well, can you send me information? You could send them that with the password, because it needs to have the password Inspire. And basically, that's what the site looks like. Flourish and grow your own business. And they can just click on all the information. It's really simple. It's really straightforward. And it's completely compliant. So I definitely encourage you to save this somewhere so that you can send that link to people. So when you're posting, maybe when you're posting and say, if you'd like more information, you know, DM me or whatever, then that's what you can share with people. It's all the little videos about the products and about the business. It's really quite nicely put together. And then units is for our own training as new consultants on how to basically go through step by step. And then if you've any problems or any challenges, just call me. I'm happy to do a one-to-one coaching or whatever with you, but it's really important for everybody to go through these steps. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So there is a video that I'd like to share with you, because it is all about mindset and visualizing, you know, your own life and the things you want. So I'm going to just play this. It's only a few minutes, but I think it's the kind of thing that really reinforces the personal development work and the mindset piece. So let me share this.
Let's imagine for a few moments what our life would be like if we could access, let's say, 20% of our brain's capacity. If you want to have something show up in your life, the kind of person you would like to become, manifest something new into your life, something powerful, whatever it might be, you obviously must first be able to imagine it. Your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. So, what kind of attention do you place on your desires? Einstein's most famous quote, one of his most famous observations, he said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Logic will get you from A to B, but imagination will take you everywhere. Make your future dream a present fact by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That which you feel yourself to be, you are. And you are given that which you are. So assume the feeling that would be yours were you already in possession of your wish. And your wish must be realized. So live in the feeling of being the one you want to be, and that you shall be. If this assumption about what you would like to become is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is absolutely inevitable. You must first assume the feeling of a wish fulfilled in all aspects of your life. Don't allow anybody else's opinions Don't allow what it says on the internet. Don't allow the research. Don't allow what anybody out there tells you is possible or not possible.
Your business idea needs a website?
Sorry.
So go to Wix.com. What are you waiting for? Today's the day.
Sorry about that.
Welcome, dear one. I've been eagerly.
That was it. I think that finished a bit abruptly, but you got the gist of it. So when you do Miracle Mornings, visualization is a really big part of it. And that's what Morgan Freeman's video is all about. So if you listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza or Esther Hicks or...
I listened to that last week. It was brilliant. The changing the habit of being you, breaking the habit of being you.
Yeah. And or Deepak Chopra, or I mean, I'm reading Gabby Bernstein's book at the moment, which is Super Attractor, and she has a number of audios that you can listen. And there's for example, I'm changing my affirmations to some of the ones she has, because it's about setting yourself up for success for the day. And it just, if you say these things out loud, you can't help but feel good. So I'll happily type them up and I'll share them in a document on the team WhatsApp, and then you can choose whether or not they work for you. But I cannot stress enough the importance of the personal development side, because that's what creates the belief, and that's what keeps resilience to keep going. Because you know, you do need to have resilience when people say no to you, and people will say no all the time. And I just think, well, someone says no, I'm closer to the next person who's going to say yes. And the thing is if someone is saying no, they're not saying no to you personally. They're just saying not for now, or no to the business for now, or no to the products for now. So I always keep a note of all the people who say no, because I go back to them in a persistently pleasant way. And some will change their minds, and some will become clients, and some indeed will become business partners. And if you think about who you want to do business with, I always think about, like, who do I want to do life with? What kind of people do I want to attract that give me energy and whose company I enjoy? And they will be the people, they will be the tribe that you will attract to your own business, or to be your clients. There is a sheet that I posted, which is a daily method for success. And it's just the things that you should consider doing every single day in your Arbonne business. So it's things like building your business or building your team, and just how to have consistently successful habits. And you can decide.
Barbara?
Pardon?
Where did you post that?
I posted that in the team. There was the 40 people in 30 days, and then daily method of success. If it's not in the team WhatsApp, it should be, but I can repost that as well. Have you found it?
Not yet.
Okay, so I can read.
30 days.
It was quite a while ago. So I reposted. I'll happily find it and I'll repost it. But if, you know, they are all the tools to help us grow our businesses, become successful, learn about the products. But it is about daily habits and about consistency. But I cannot stress how important personal development is. Last night, one of the girls on the, we were doing a boot camp call. She's called Naomi. Naomi's just gone regional vice president. And when Naomi started this business, she was like a mouse. She was terrified. She had no confidence. Yes. And she has, and then she sort of started her business, and then she kind of, you know, lost her district and got back to independent consultant and all the rest of it. And she literally in the last, I think 12 months, she just changed completely. She physically looks different. She looks like she's kind of glowing now. And she did it through all personal development. And now her team is on fire, and she's about to promote her first.
This is downline, isn't she?
That's right. She's Francis's downline. Yeah. Yeah. And she was saying, you know, he never gave up on her. He just left her till she figured out that she wanted to do it, and then helped her with all the personal development. affirmations and so on.
I listen to my books when I'm walking generally. That's what I tend to do. But Megan Chatterjee's one, The Four Pillars, is very good as well.
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
listening to at the moment.
yeah,
I've heard of that one. Haven't read
yeah.
that one, but
I
yeah,
tend to put them
I've
on
heard it
audio,
mentioned a few
and then I
times.
put my headphones in and go for my walk. And then I've 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's a
idea.
good idea.
I listen when I'm running. I listen, or when I'm in the car, I listen to audiobooks.
When
I mean,
I'm running,
some-
I like to have music because I want the beat.
Yeah, yeah. So with regard to the personal development books, they are worth the investment because they help all areas of your life, not just your Arbonne business. It helps you to cope with all sorts of things, you know, career, parenting, friendship, relationships.
Because I've got loads on my phone.
Sorry?
I said to Chrissy and Dawn, have you got a list of the ones that people recommend?
No, if you can send it in the group chat, that would be.
I mean, I've probably got
A
most
list.
of them, Barbara.
Yeah, no, that would be great because then I can kind of work my way through them.
Squared I've done, GoPro, Miracle Morning, 5-second rule. And then there's that one I really liked, Get Over Yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, Get Over Your Damn Self. That was brilliant, yeah. And that's all about just...
And I sometimes listen to them again. You listen to them and then come back to them again. Just play it on a loop, really, because they've all got something different. It just keeps reinforcing it.
That's a really good idea. I really need to get the...
I'm hoping eventually I'll change.
No, that's really good. I need to get the audiobooks because I do like reading a book.
I like
the
reading.
audio.
Yeah.
I do like it just help. I like reading the book and then listening to it as well because my dyslexia, I feel like I've got to read a book twice anyway to get everything.
I love reading books, but my problem is getting the time. So if I do it when I'm walking, then
you're doing it.
For me it's time. I kind of get into bed and then I read a couple of pages and I'm falling asleep.
Well, nighttime I can't. I just I'd still be reading at 5 o'clock in the morning and then because I got to get up at 6.
Yeah, I'm just going to stop recording.